Numbers 1 and 18.
And I'm going to hit on in a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to show you something right quick.
Numbers 1 and 18.
Oh, Mark of the Beast. Yeah, I've seen the Omen. The devil and all that.
Read that.
This is Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees.
A pedigree is your bloodline. Like when you breed dogs, you want to know a dog's pedigree, you want to know who his father was, whether he's like a grand champion or whatnot. Go ahead.
After their families, by the house of their father.
By the house of their father. So you just say your father was Indian, right? If your father is Indian, your great grandfather, it goes by your father. So he said by the house of your father.
My great grandmother had the Indian blood.
Yeah. What about your father? Scotland, Ireland,
something like that. He may have had somebody coming down from.
So these people right here, the 12 tribes. In the after the Roman Empire went down in 325, the Israelites moved up into Europe when they called the Dark Ages, right? They ran Europe. So you had people breed with each other, they crossbreed. But if it's for your father, right? If your father, because you have Scotland and Ireland, those names are omenomens, meaning there were black people in that land. So when the white man took over in the Renaissance period, they breeded too, and there was still interbreeding going on. So you have a lot of people that are from Scotland, their ancestors go back to the Negroes.
In Ireland too, bro.
So that's why, in Ireland. Yeah. So you have a lot of people who from Ireland and Scotland, they ancestry goes back to the Israelites.
Right.
So they will be a part of this covenant that the Bible is talking about. Because Israel is going to look like, they're going to look like so-called white people. They're going to look like so-called Japanese, Chinese, through the Father. So it's going to be a different look. All Israelites are not just going to look, be dark. Yeah. They're going to look like, yeah, that's what I was telling that guy.
Are you Jewish?
I'm actually a native. Now, Jew comes from the name Judah, which was the fourth son born from Jacob, who was the tribe that was going to be the head tribe. So that name Jew came up when we went in the Babylonian Empire, right? They had the three tribes there, which was the Judah, the Negroes, Benjamin of the West Indian Jamaicans, and Levi the Haitians. Those three tribes were the tribes that were under the Babylonians. So we all looked alike because we were dark skinned. So they Babylonians called us, hey, Jews. They knew there was a tribe Judah they had.
Do you believe in Jesus?
So
some Jews don't. Or is that the white
they actually what they did was they called us Jews.
You believe in that?
And
that's what the white Jews got wrong.
That was the short name they gave for it. Right? Give me Jeremiah 14 and 2.
And that's how the white Jews got mixed up, because they started believing that, they stopped believing in that, but they didn't realize that. 14 and 2.
They know it. They think the
Messiah hadn't come yet because they don't know about that.
They know. The certain ones know. Yeah,
and unlike the Jews for Jesus.
Rothschild them know.
They just don't want to let them know because he's rabbis.
This is Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth.
Judah mourning. This tribe of Judah is in mourning, right? Go ahead.
And the gates there are lingering.
Now all those Jews over there mourning, no, they run everything. They own all downtown Little Rock. They own all the airports. They own the Diamond District. They own all the NFL football teams. It's always the diamond mines. They own everything. Go ahead, but they're not in mourning. It said the real Jews are in mourning, who are the Negroes, right? These cats are in mourning. Right here in Little Rock, they mourning. All over. Go ahead.
They are black unto the ground.
They are black unto the ground.
There you go.
They're by color and by they're in a low state.
Right.
They're in a low state.
And the word of those Jews, they don't want the ever Jews to know about that, so they say there's no Messiah.
They don't want the real Jews to know about that.
Yeah. That's why they say there's no Messiah. But Hanukkah, they don't want them to know about that.
They don't want them to wake up and learn about who they are.
So they tell them all this is their skin are light enough they can get away with it.
Give me Job 9:24.
And then your Southern Christians want to put that up there.
Yeah, your Southern Christians. Yeah, they call it the Bible Belt folks.
They want to put that up there.
You know why they did that, right?
Cover it up because they were racist.
it's for a political motive. When you conquer a nation, they put this up as being the Lord.
So the white man done run stuff. When they can't have that.
Yeah, when they put that up, okay, if you believe that that's the Lord, but then it's like you putting up the same face as you are.
Right.
So the people who you have in slavery they'll bow to you.
Because these down south ministers in the Klan, they can't have that. They can't have that.
This is Job. Chapter 9, verse 24.
Job 9 and 24. Go ahead.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
It said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Here you go.
Right now, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Like we just said, who controls everything, man? That's who the wicked are. That's a telltale sign. Go ahead.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Just like you just said, they don't want people to know that this is the Messiah according to the scriptures. So they bring this out. So they cover the faces of the judges through iconoclasm. During the Renaissance, they knocked down the real images and painted up the image that they want to put up.
And the lighter skin Jews get rid of it completely.
Yep. So the ones who are there now, they get rid of it completely. They trying to hide it, but
they do the Hanukkah instead.
The thing about it is the Lord kept those real icons. The Russians have them. The Russians have them. They got
If not, where and who is he?
If they didn't do that, where and who did? That's what he's saying. He being sarcastic.
Yeah, I know.
If they didn't cover these faces of these judges, who they saying they're the Israelites now, the real Jews. When you see angels in pictures, they're little white angels.
Oh, yeah.
Which when you read it in Ezekiel, the first chapter, it tells you that the angels are dark. That's cold. You know? All right.
I hear you.
All right.
Putting that in, so.
Hey. Yeah. So if he an Israelite, he don't come back to the Lord. Hey. His ass gonna be done. If he ain't no Israelite, guess what? His ass gonna be done. So, you know how we sometimes camp gets started like this without, sometimes it happens that way. But we want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the GMS who rule well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Right? We out here for the 12 tribes of Israel. Judah, the so-called Negroes, Benjamin, the so-called West Indian Jamaicans, Levi, the so-called Haitians. We out here for Reuben, the Seminole Indians, Gad, the North American Indians, Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, and Zebulon, the Guatemalans and Panama, Simeon, the so-called Dominicans, Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. Right? Manasseh, the so-called Cubans, Asher, Colombia to Uruguay, and Naphtali is Argentina to Chile. These are the 12 tribes of Israel who our big brother Yahweh Shai is coming to redeem. 1/3 the elect, and 2/3 are set up for the destruction, man. And before we got started, guy had come up and asked about the sign, and believing in Jehovah, a Edomite. Before we can even get on camera, man, he was like, what I gotta do? And we read in Isaiah 49:23. The spirit is like, hey, show them, we're gonna be your kings. So the brother got a chance to see, hey, it was an actual Edomite. Man, he got down on his knees and started kissing feet. So it's crazy, man. That's the Lord showing us these signs that we're going to be ruling this next eon, man. So give me Isaiah. This is a damn abomination coming across the street. Give me Isaiah, Ezekiel, 37 and 15. Man, we're waiting on the Lord to come to destroy America because of these abominations, man. These people are filthy, man. They're sodomites, man. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 15. Mm-hmm. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying,
Go ahead.
Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah.
It said, take a stick. When you go in there, that's a plank, a piece of wood, right? Which we have here. It said, write up on it. For what?
For Judah.
For Judah, right? The southern kingdom. That southern kingdom being Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. right? We're going to take one stick and we're going to put the southern kingdom on one side and put those 3 tribes' names down. Then what?
And for the children of Israel, his companions.
His companion, right? The children of Israel, or the Latinos and the Native Americans. We're going to take a stick, we're going to take a plank for them, and we're going to write up on them, the northern tribe, man. Go ahead.
Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim.
Stick of Ephraim, Con, go ahead.
And for all the houses of Israel, his companions.
His companions. So we're gonna take them 2 sticks, man, and write up on there, and we're gonna join them 2 sticks together, right? Go ahead, read.
And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand.
So them companion meaning what? Fellows, right? Associates. And we're gonna unite them, right? We're gonna join them together as one. That's where you get the 12 tribes, man. You know? Go ahead. But like even on the signs, we have them joined together. They're joined together on the sign. But in this life that we live in, the tribe of Judah and Ephraim are separated at this point. You know, but we're coming back together through the Spirit. But the Lord is gonna bring the tribes actually back together, man. You know, hold that. Give me Amos 9 and 9.
Sure. 99. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 9. It says, for lo, I will command, and I will shift the house of Israel among all nations.
They're going to sift the house of Israel from all nations, man. Right? So when you sift something, when you sift flour, what do? You're separating the good from the bad. So the Lord is going to basically bring all the Israelites from these other countries where they are, man. Right? Go ahead.
Like as corn is shifting a sheaf.
Go ahead.
Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Not the least grain shall fall upon the earth. Meaning the Lord is getting ready to gather the elect, man. Go ahead.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
All the sinners of my people, the nation of Israel, they're gonna die by the sword, man. And that sword is what? Famine. It's pestilence. It's going to be thermonuclear destruction. Right? So all the 2/3 of our people, they're going to die by the sword. They're going to die a grievous death.